All right, YouTube, we back with another mock draft video, but this time this is gonna be for the Lions 7 round mock draft. Post playoffs, post combine. Draft is coming up in I think a couple weeks at the end of this month. So that's gonna be good. This is my first time doing Lions content on this channel, technically. So this is gonna be fire. Lifelong Lions fan. So, this should be fire. Not using PFF because I'm not paying for that subscription. Not gonna lie. This is Pro Foot Pro Football Network. So, I don't know. If you do know about it or if you don't know about it, now you know. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, we're just gonna get right into it. I'm not really gonna be doing it like predicting. Like, I'm not predicting what they'll pick. I'm not predicting, I don't know. Kind of a little bit of both. Pretty much a little bit of both. Like, I'm gonna be doing it picks I would do and picks that I also think will happen or make sense. So, you know, that's pretty much it for, little intro. If you're new here, you're probably gonna hear me ramble on a lot. This is what I do. But I promise I'm gonna try to make this 7 round mock draft not like a 40-minute video, bro. And if you see us 40 minutes, I apologize. But it shouldn't be, not gonna lie. Um so yeah, we off here. Ward. I did have another one of these. I had a mock draft, but it was for this was a first round mock draft. And that was like right after the season, so we know mock drafts don't really, don't really matter then. But so pretty much I'm also doing no trades because I don't really feel like getting into all that complicated things. All right, so we got Loveland, Nolan, Pierce. Just looking at that, Brad Holmes. He just had that little the owner's retreat, whatever it's called. He brought a little bit more clarity to kind of just like where they're at, I guess, in organization wise. So my fault. I don't care. We gonna hear notifications. My fault. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. A lot of people didn't like the free agency so far, and just how a lot of Lions fans, but it's kind of typical for Lions fans. Most, all over the place, upset about everything if it ain't perfectly what they want. But Brad Holmes has said multiple times, pretty much that there's gonna be they don't draft for need necessarily. They take their guys and that's it. So, but right here for this, what I'm gonna do with the first pick, if I want to go like best player available, for me personally, I would say maybe it's like a Walter Nolan or a James Pierce. I would personally say, but it's kind of hard. But I think for sake, just because kind of like my thought process and my plan for this draft, I'm gonna take James Pierce for the first pick. It's not a shocking pick. Everyone does it really if he's there, at least from all the mock drafts that I've seen with Lions. But fast, good edge rusher. I mean, it's a good pairing for the other side, opposite side of Hutch. We didn't get Smith back, so we still have a lot of depth. People don't realize we still have a lot of depth. We brought back a lot of guys that like we're a 15-2 team. Like I don't know, people wanted a big splash. I get it, like a big name. It would be cool to see like Myles Garrett and whatnot, but that's just not the reality. All right, so what is going on here? So we have Walter Nolan dropped all the way down to pick 60. What is this? Um, I'm probably gonna take Walter Nolan just because I think it would be crazy not to. But my original plans was to take Omar Norman Lott because he's a good interior pass rusher, and I'm just thinking for like pass rushing downs. James Pierce, since we got him on in this mock draft, James Pierce was on one side, Hutch on the other, Aleem, and then Norman Lott in the interior. And like for pass rushing downs, I feel like that's good. Like that's a good front four that can rush. But that's I mean, watching it's gonna be hard not to, right? Like I feel like I mean I just I mean, sometimes you gotta throw plans out the window when something like this happens. Like I still feel like, I mean, regardless, he's gonna put in some work. I know a lot of people probably think we don't need interior help necessarily. We did just get what's his name? Dude from Arizona. I forgot his name. But we still have DJ Reader. But I mean, we're talking about best available. Well, Jalen Milroe also is a. I would not be surprised if we see something like this. Braden Swinson still available. Okay, this is tough. I mean, just for sake because Walter Nolan's still there. I mean, I think it'd be crazy. You know what I mean? Not to take him. I wonder how that happened. Real quick pause of the draft. I want to see what played out after our pick. Luther Burden. Siobhan Revel to Niners makes sense. Savannah. Jalen Royals, I think he's gonna be a good standout. I think he's gonna be a great dude coming in. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect that though. Obviously, it's a mock draft, but. I don't think that happens in real life though. But Jalen Milroy to the Cowboys. Okay. But Milroy being like a Bama guy, I don't know, bro. Brad Holmes likes Bama guys, and I would not be surprised. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting there in the second round and we snag him. Man, it looks like I could have just waited for. Wow. You see, I didn't. This, I don't know. I did a mock draft on this one before, and it did not play out anything like this. I could have waited for round three to grab Omar Norman Lott, and that would be. I feel like that's like perfect value for him. Like I think that would be like the latest he makes it is like round three, and like if he's there for us, I'm like, bro, I feel like we should take him for strictly for like pass rush downs. But I mean, we already got Walter Nolan in this edge rushing. I mean, not in this edge. What the in this mock draft. So um, I'm pretty big on Savion Williams. Not gonna lie. Restrepo still being there is good. I just don't really. I mean, I could see Restrepo being a fit here, but it's just. I feel like Amon has that slot on lock. I feel like if we get a receiver, it's gonna be a bigger body, right? I mean, we did just resign Tim Patrick, but I feel like you could always add more depth. I just think bigger receivers because other than Tim Patrick, we don't really have any big receivers. So Davion Williams is would be a nice one. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a running back too. They've been bringing running backs in for like April meetings, and the last time they did that, bringing people in for like April meetings, they drafted them. So, oh man, Omar, it's hard. Clearly, you guys know my plan because I said it. So what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But Demetrius Knight is still there. I like Jay Higgins a lot. I think if we wait a little bit, we can get him. And I'm not doing any trades, so I'm not gonna trade up at least for this one. Man, Shamar Turner's still there. You know what? I'm gonna go with Savion Williams. This isn't necessarily something that I think is gonna happen, but I would not be surprised. We need bigger bodies. You know what I mean? So bigger body receivers. I just feel like, especially with just, I mean, last year was crazy injury ridden season for us. So, especially towards the end, like you have more depth like that, bigger bodies, like will be great. We in a good position. We got here. All right, so Pat Bryant, he's another one who's I think been on a lot of people's radars for Detroit. Let's see. Wow, Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel. See, this is yeah. So Seth is still there, obviously. I was thinking like if we get like a lineman, like the first one maybe we get, unless like Zabel if he's there. I don't know. I just feel like Zabel would be like one of those guys that Browns would probably pick up. I mean Decker is good, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Lions fans know, bro. If you're not like one of those like super really biased Lion fans, you just want to ignore the fact, like whatever. Decker, I don't. I be watching the games, bro, and he just holding. He's getting older though too, veteran on the team. So, but I think eventually you're gonna need some people. You know what I mean? Sitting behind some younger guys. Um, I think this is where I'm gonna take a linebacker. This may be the last chance to get a Demetrius Knight, older linebacker, pretty good, or I can just wait for Jay Higgins. That's the only issue though, like waiting. Will he fall, to that 196 pick? Because I've also looked at I was thinking about Sanker, good safety, you know. A guy like Shiloh Sanders would be pretty good too. He drops the hammer. So um let's see. You know what, Seth McLaughlin. We're gonna get a good backup center to get behind Ragnow. If Ragnow goes down, Seth he can play guard a little bit. I personally think, you know what I mean. So just more offensive line depth. It's dang they took Jay Higgins at 4. Yeah, see that's crazy. And I was waiting on Jay Higgins. That hurts. Yeah, Jay Higgins is. I like Jay Higgins a lot. So what we got here? What do you guys think about the draft quarterback draft class? I know a lot of people are hating on it. I don't think it's the worst. I really don't think it's the worst that we've ever seen. It's obvious there's a huge fall off like from like the top two or three, I guess you could say, because like then I feel like top two is it's I feel like it's a lock for Shador and Cam Ward, but then after that it is kind of all over the place. I mean Jackson Dart, Riley Leonard, Will Howard. So I get it. I get why people think it's not the best. It's not the best, but I get why people are saying all that. I do believe we'll take a tackle too in the draft, but I'm probably not going to unless I see somebody available. Um, like I said, I really wanted like a Sanker here, Jonas Sanker, but he's not there. So let's see. I just seen, yeah, I seen Jack Sawyer. Why not double up on edge to have more whatever? Jack Sawyer, Dan Campbell guy. He is an Ohio State guy though. You know what I mean? But you know, why not add more depth? I like Ahmed Hassanin. I said it wrong. Who cares? But yeah, I like him. I mean, I think he got a little bit of attention drawn from the combine, so that's not bad. Would not be surprised if we get a corner either. Yeah, like Jason Marshall, pretty sticky guy. Like, but I don't really know if you know. I don't know. Yeah, he's a pretty sticky guy. I don't know. I feel like that would be. I mean, out of there, I'm sure there's some sleepers. I haven't looked all into corners at all. All right, but we're at 244 right now. Oh no, we're at 228. My bad. Let's go back to offense. Let's see what we got over here. I just think we're gonna get one of those running backs. I wish I remembered his name and who it was though. There was one running back that Detroit brought in for a workout. You know what I'm gonna do because he's still here. Man, we got Savion Williams, and that's okay. But I feel like someone like Jimmy Horn under underlooked right now. I I guess you could say underrated, whatever. I think I don't know. He looks good, and he is quick. He's good. I don't see. It's one of those things. I don't think we're gonna get him. Not gonna lie, I do not think we're gonna get him. But him still being on the board, I feel like you just gotta take him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I think he goes higher too. I mean, his workouts. I don't think people understand how fast he at full speed doing the all the workouts. Like, bro, like the 40 doesn't matter when it comes to doing like the actual the field work. Like, bro, it's he's doing all of that top speed, changing directions, everything. Like, you could put him in. I genuinely think for Jimmy Horn, you could put him in like on like a Kansas offense or like in any offense, bro. I just feel like you could put him in right away and he's gonna have an impact. All right, what we got here? This is also gonna be another one of those picks because I like how he plays. You know what I mean? I feel like he plays like a Detroit safety, like a Brian Branch. Or I wouldn't say to that caliber, obviously, but he lays the stick, bro. Pause, but he lays the stick. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make you feel it, and you know, big plays here and there when you see him. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's it. I mean, final pick too. I mean, I feel like this is a solid little mock draft right here. You know what I mean? A lot of these picks aren't necessarily. It's a mixture, right? Like I said at the beginning, some I think I guess go through some I think that can definitely happen. A James Pierce, a Walter Nolan, if available, maybe at the first pick, or the second. I don't think he drops a second though. That was just crazy. Um, Seth, Jack Sawyer, I could see. Um, I can't really see a Jimmy Horn. I could kind of see a Shiloh. Um, and I feel like it would be good if we got like a Savion. You know what I mean? I mean, we'll have a three-headed monster, bro, on offense for receivers. Like legit, I feel like Savion's gonna come into the league and do some things. But that's it, man. Y'all don't understand how good it feels to actually complete this video because I've had like technical difficulties for the last like 2 days trying to do this video. For some reason, it's only with this one, but maybe it's trying to say that my mock draft is shitty. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that's been it. That's been the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Especially if you mess with Lions content. I want to make more Lions content because Lions football takes up, a little piece of my life. I'll be locked in. Like I don't know. I'll be locked in, and especially during the season, I'm just all week. Like if you like a super fan, like like if we lose, the week is just like man, But if we win, like it's like we going out Monday, and it's just like the best week ever. But yeah, anyways, I'm done yapping. Um, yes, thank you if you stuck around, even if you stopped by for a little bit and you ain't seeing this message. Thank you, I appreciate it. Subscribe. And it is what it is. Share it with your uncles who love football. Share it with your grandpas who love football. And I'm out. Thank you.